But you're a master of audience retention as well, of keeping people on the video. I guess it's delivering on the video, but how do you hold people for so long, and what are other people doing that's killing their retention?
Oh gosh, where do you begin? I mean, we'll start at the beginning. Essentially, your title and thumbnail set expectations, and at the very beginning of the video, to minimize drop-off, you want to assure them that those expectations are being met. If you click on a video where, you know, of his, where it's like, Tether is a scam, and then at the very beginning, he starts talking about literally anything else, then you are like, oh, this is bullshit. This isn't what I clicked on. But if at the very start of the video you go, Tether is a scam, and I'm gonna teach you why, then it's like, okay, you match the expectations. So at the very beginning, match the expectations, and then you want to exceed them. So you want to assure people that what they clicked on is what they're getting, and then blow their mind and be like, but you're also getting even more. That's how you lower drop off, which a lot of people, sometimes it takes them like 20 seconds to really meet the expectations. And so you lose, like, that's where you're going to lose everyone. Everyone's videos start like this, and then it levels off. So you want to reduce the amount of people that click off on the audience retention graph. I hope you're popping up graphs while I'm saying this, so it's easier for people to visualize. But so then once you get it to level off, it's just how do you keep it level until the end of the video? And that's where you want to have, basically want to remove every dull moment. You probably want to find the 10 most critical people you know, make them watch the video and just roast it. You want to, I personally enjoy I enjoy having people watch the videos and watching them. There's some things you can do where, like, you can basically pay people to watch the videos on frame and then just have them record it. And I love just seeing, like, when they pick up their phones and when they get bored, and, like, you know, certain things, like if I just talk to a camera for 10 seconds without a cut, like, a lot of people will just, like, get bored or they'll lose interest. So, like, having a B cam and a C cam, and just, you can just talk for 10 seconds, but 3 seconds in cutting to a B cam and then a C cam, like, now it's more interesting, even though it's essentially the same thing and not that crazy. But you want to have good pacing. Typically having a payoff at the end keeps them, right? Last sleep circle wins 10 grand. If there is a low moment halfway through, you're going to watch to the end because you want to see who wins the 10 grand. So having a good payoff at the end. I mean, dude, I don't even know. I could talk about this for like hours.
A lot of what you're talking about relates back to retention, actually, and like how to make someone.
What's the point of making a video if people don't watch it?
Exactly. So I feel like one strategy of studying, when you say study YouTube, is taking a YouTube video, whether it's yours or another really popular video, right? We were talking about Vox yesterday, because that's the closest thing to what we're trying to do, right? Is Vox. And so I think one strategy is to take that video and actually take a notepad out and just write what's happening in the video.
Exactly.
Literally write down, like, the first 30 seconds, what is happening? And that's what I did with your FBI video, because I was like, okay, let me just understand, what was Jimmy talking about? What's happening in this video? And then when you write it down, you're like, wait a second, 40 seconds has gone by. This many scene changes have happened.
How many was it? Like a dozen?
It was at over 12.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was over 12 scene changes. There was introduction of new information at each, maybe, 6 seconds. And you had added in a twist by 40 seconds where the telephone pole
and the
falls.
entire time there's tension of him chasing.
Exactly. So, and the scene changes, actually, the first scene change where it's like a drone shot of you sprinting out happens in like probably 4 seconds. Right? And so then I was like, wait a second. Okay, so we aren't going to do that exact thing. We don't make videos like that. But we have to, in that amount of time, have that much happen.
Exactly.
So how do we do that? And that, I think, just, again,
you guys should be getting, in a perfect world, like 4 or 5 million views a video. Like, you should.
Right.
Like, you guys are smart enough. Like, if it's not, then it just wasn't a good enough video, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Even the videos we did that are your most viewed videos could be way better.
Right. What do you think gets us to 1 million subscribers?
Well, subscribers is an arbitrary number.
Okay, so a million views a video.
No, you should ask me, what helps us make the best videos possible? That's the only question you should ask me. Subscribers don't matter. Views don't matter. I mean, they do, but all that comes. Everything you want as a creator comes from making the best videos possible, and thumbnails. But it's easier to, make thumbnails. The video part's the hard part, and that's the thing that you're known for. No one's known for no one's like the biggest YouTuber in the world because they have the best thumbnails, right? It's also because they have great, phenomenal content. You know what I mean? Like that's the hard part that very few people do well, and that's what people remember. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna have some random dude when you're walking down the street of Paris go like, yo, that's the guy with the great thumbnails. They're gonna be like, no, that's the guy with the phenomenal videos that, whatever, held his breath for 40 minutes underwater or things like that. So that's a tip for you guys, but also you guys watching. Ask, how can I make my videos better? Do that every single day for years, and then you'll probably get views.
How you film or your editing process.
Well,
Well, I guess we start with filming. For me, and it might not always show, trust me, I know I might sound like I'm coming across as a know-it-all. I swear, I'm still learning stuff every day. When filming, though, I like to try to just put it, I feel like a lot of creators have a mindset of like, how can I get the most views with the least amount of time? And I'm not saying that's wrong, you know, because obviously I have that mindset sometimes too, but I try to, when filming, put in as much work, even if it's like a 15-second part of a video, even if that one little part will take like 10 hours, you know. Wow. But like hypothetically, right? But that 15 seconds is like, wow, like that's great. Like I feel like viewers genuinely notice when you go the extra mile. And so with filming, it's just like trying to make sure we're doing everything we can, no matter how expensive it is, no matter how much time it takes, to make the best video possible so they have the best experience. And so they want to, you know, obviously watch more videos because that's what you want the viewers to do. And then with editing, just no dull moments, you know, have a good hook at the beginning. Some minor tips I could give is like, you know, if I do a video like Last Sleep Circle wins 10 grand, obviously people are going to watch to the end because they want to see who won the money. So you could apply that to your videos. If somehow you could have a payoff at the end, then, you know, more people are going to watch to the end just to see what happened. And just obviously don't cut out all dull moments, try not to over explain things. The camera just sits on me and I'm just talking for 20 seconds. Doesn't hold retention as well as, you know, maybe me talking and other footage popping up. There's things like that. If you just, you know, there's literally in your analytics, and most of you probably know this, audience retention. You can see where people click off. Just literally go through your last 50 videos, write down where everyone clicked off, and then just don't do those things again.
How do you keep things fresh and engaging over time? You uploaded, 100 videos last year?
Somewhere, probably lower, probably like 70 to 80.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I'm not perfect, so I don't do a great job of it, but, you know, I like to end a series or a challenge on a high note. Like, you can just kind of tell when people are getting a little tired of it, or, you know, I just gave away $1 million, so let's take hand off of it. So now if I do Last Do Blake wins 10 grand, it's just not really the same effect. But I'm still going to maybe occasionally do it, but it's just like, to keep things fresh, just, again, it's hard because so many of them are different. Like, if they're a Fortnite creator, you know, I'm not trying to tell them to switch games every month because then that might kill their career. But for me, I just like to, you know, don't milk a series too hard. You know what I mean? Keep it fresh and always try to introduce things here and there. And then if it works well, take it and run with it for a little bit and introduce something else new.
What piece of advice do you find yourself repeating over and over to creators and they're just not getting it?
Oh boy. A lot. You know, so here's a fun story. I mentored this one guy just for fun. I started, he's a friend, medium-sized YouTuber. He was doing like, I think he was doing 20,000. Like 10th a month in revenue, like 10,000 on one channel and like 8,000 a month on another channel. And this month, he actually just had his highest revenue month ever. He did $400,000 of revenue. And just by like listening to what I taught him. I know we were able to like 20x his revenue. And I was just like, with me just once a week, just telling him he was an idiot and what to do. And I do that for a lot of people. I just counsel people for fun and help them blow up their channels. A lot of times people, oh boy, it's like they think their videos are better than they are, honestly. And
tell them, Jimmy, tell them.
I mean, they do. And you have to, that and they have horrible friend groups because you really are like the type of YouTubers you hang around. And so like a lot of times I'm just like, what you're saying is wrong. Who told you this? They're like, oh, this guy and this guy. And it's like, well, they're wrong. It's not true. And so it's getting people with the right YouTuber friend group that aren't pussies and will actually tell them when their content's bad and like actually roast it and help them get better in a nice positive way. And then usually it's hiring an editor, honestly uploading less videos and just making them better. It's much easier to get 5 million views on one video than 50,000 views on 100 videos. It takes way less effort to get 5 million views in one video. So it's like applying a lot of these principles like that and also getting it where it's content that they enjoy. A lot of people aren't willing to put in 10 hours days because they don't like what they're doing. So it's finding what they enjoy because it is like a long grind. Like you're doing it for years, not months. So if you don't enjoy it, then you're going to burn out. And that's usually the first thing is like figuring out like what are the things you're currently doing that you don't want to do, and like let's figure out a way to get someone else to do it in the next 5 months so you actually get out of bed excited. And